guys, it's Evan from Get Shot Paintball. Here's Braden. He's not really doing anything today with this video, but today we're just going to talk about remote lines. I have my tracer here so we can show you how to set it up. We're not going to air it up because we're like inside, but here we have a slide check remote line and it has quick release on it also. It's from Extreme Rage, and yeah, I got 2 of them. So this one's in the box because I'm going to return it. I got 2 of them for Christmas. But then there's this one, which is the one I use. So,
one thing with this, just quick, it says it's compatible with CO2 and air, and you can pick it up for about, I think it's $53.99 at Flag Raiders. If you're interested in getting one, don't know where to get it. Flag Raiders or any other store will probably have them that deals with paintball.
Yeah, so it'll be around that price, $55-ish. So I'll just come a little closer to the camera here so you can see maybe better.
These are actually very popular because, well, especially Get Shot Paintball, we have about 5 of them. Evan got 2. I bought one. Jonathan got one as well. So
yeah.
That's actually.
So as you can see here, the slide check. When you're putting this on, you have to have this forward towards the little black ring that's up here, and then it airs up, and you have to have this part in the gun. This is like the quick release part, as you can see here. It just comes off, and this part's left in the gun then. And then when you want to take all the air out, you just slide this back, and then the air comes out. So, I'll show you here. When you put it in, you take this little part off, and put it, screw it into the, wherever you screw it into your gun. Mine's right
where
in the
the
back
air or
here.
CO2 is screwed normally.
Yeah. So this works for, like, it will work for any air CO2. If your tank works on your gun, it's gonna work with this because it's the exact same type.
One quick little feature I just want to point out here. If you guys see in my Sierra 1 or gear bag video, I did a video and my old remote line was in that video. Notice how it was a bit smaller, like it was like really thin, probably about the width, like probably 4 times smaller than that is.
Yeah.
And I took it there and I asked them, like if that's the only slot, like if they had different kinds of remote lines or if the big ones were the only kind. And he actually said that my small one was quite dangerous with paintball because it was meant for airsoft.
And that's why when you're buying them, I don't know if you can read it on here, but there's little white letters all along here, and it says that it's recommended pressure 3,000 psi is like the.
And some of them also have dates on them. I don't know if they used to check the dates for them, like hydro or whatever on the hoses, but I don't think they do that anymore because there's no dates on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, just something to look out for. Make sure it's tested and everything like that.
Yeah. So now we got that. So you have this on here. You can. Quick release part is in there. You just put it right on there. There's no air in it. Then when you're airing it up, you make sure this is slid right forward. And then you can, on here, yeah, on here, you just screw this part in till it's all the way in. On your, of course, your air tank's going to be in there. Don't screw this in before you put your air tank on. So make sure your air tank, is on there, and then you screw it in. And then you'll be aired up if this is pushed forward. And then once you want to take all the air out or just leave your gun on the ground, you turn this out.
This is very important because if you don't do that, you can end up doing something wrong.
Yeah. So you turn this out, and you slide this back, and then it should, all the air come out of your gun, come out of the hose.
And unless it's like mine, I don't know why mine does that, but you have to go like this sometimes to get all the air out, and it just pushes it out. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but just in case you're having trouble and it's not completely draining.
And then you just unclip that, and then you can set down your gun wherever you want.
And then once you're done for the day, you just unscrew this if you want.
Yeah. Or you could, if that's your only gun, you could just leave it in there if you want to, but
it'd probably be better to take it out. You don't want to hit this off something, but
yeah. And then then you can just put it away. So why would you want to get a remote line? Well, first would just be like a minor thing that you might have is if you have rails across here, and you don't want your tank in the way, or you don't want your tank right up against you, then you can have the remote line coming out the bottom, like on my MR100, or you have it coming out here, and then you can look right down the rails here, and no tank's gonna be in the way. That would be one like small reason you might get a remote line. But the biggest one,
I can tell from your tank, of course.
The biggest one, as you can see here, I have an 8845, 4,500 psi. This is like the biggest tank you can get other than a 9045 size tank. So you get one of these, and this is so heavy, like compared to my gun, this weighs like 2 times my tracer.
Probably
now.
More than my Sierra 1 with all of its attachments as well.
Like this weighs so much. So to carry it around all day, and I did it a couple times.
Don't ask me how we did it.
Yeah, carry it around all day on your gun. And when I had my GoPro on the front of here to try and keep this up, like so like you guys can see what I'm seeing.
Or even his MR100, which weighed a lot more than this.
Yeah. It just weighs so much. So that would be the main reason why we get a remote line. So you can put it on your back and like just keep it out of the way. So you get something like this.
Which is well, like 4+1 they call it. It's got the tank holder and 4 pod things.
So
Holders.
I don't know if you guys are like looking at these, but if you are,
it's actually a great price at Flight Raiders. They're like $23.
Yeah, $23 or 22 plus tax, I guess. So this is just an Empire / battle tested, Empire owns BT. 4+1, as Braden said, bandolier is what they're called, but pretty much just like a pod pack. So
you can get it in camel, black, and I think that's the only 2 colors.
Yeah. So I'm not going to put this in here because it takes a long time to put it in. So
but if you're wondering if it fits all tanks, it does.
It does fit my 8845 and
barely, but it does.
Yeah. And then you can also just put like.
I've noticed it only works with the bigger pods. I have 2 small ones. They do fit, but I wouldn't trust it as much because it doesn't hold them in place. But.
And this is really nice if you're wondering like, oh, is this gonna like fall off of me or something? No, you just Velcro this. You don't have to do it super tight, but pretty tight to you. And then you Velcro it down, and it's gonna stay on you, and it's not gonna like fall down around your ankles while you're playing.
Yeah, like I used to use this 2 pod pack. Just goes around your belt, and I ripped down the middle and just threw it in there, but it didn't work really well. But yeah, it's pretty good.
So just one last thing that I wanted to say: if you are looking at getting remote line, I would definitely recommend getting one with a slide check and with a quick release, because Braden had that airsoft one, which of course wasn't good. So
it still worked though.
Yeah, but also look for this. But then also Jonathan, he had one, and then
same one I think. But a bit older.
And he went and he got one of these. So you don't want to like buy one that doesn't have this, and then you notice like you'll have to lug your gun around still without, because it doesn't have the quick release. That's
what I hated the most about my airline before I knew it wasn't even for paintball. Yeah. But I used to have to walk all the way over to the shooting field, especially at outdoor. I had to go all the way out to the croning station and shoot out all my paint or air until it unscrewed. But that's why I like the slide.
Yeah, so I would invest, like it might cost a little bit extra, but
probably double, but I mean,
yeah, but definitely get. I would definitely recommend getting a remote line with quick release and slide check, because it's just you're gonna look back at it and think, why didn't I get that? And then you might get one later, and it's like, why did I spend all that extra money on the other one? So
if you don't want that, it's not a big deal. We're not telling you how.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to, but definitely recommend it. Like at Flag Raiders, that's the only one that they carry. So
they actually, I guess they're really popular because I bought the last one there when I went.
Yeah.
But yeah, so check us out on our website if you haven't yet at www.getshotpaintball.weebly.com.
Also, check out Twitter. I'm always on Twitter, so if you send any questions, anything, I'll respond on Twitter. So that's getshotpb or at getshotpb.
And as well as Facebook. I run the Facebook page, usually on it about 3 to 4 times a week. Comment with your questions, post on our wall, whatever, and that's Get Shot Paintball.
Yeah, and then also leave comments in the description below, and just like anything, I'll answer it, I'll answer it really quick. And then also just any other comments that you have, rate, hopefully like, but just rate
Subscribe.
and subscribe. Thanks, guys.